What's up, ladies? Boy, do I have a funny story to tell you girls. So let's go. So here I am, you girls, I just moved into my new house. I got divorced, I'm waiting for my furniture and all that shit. I was loving my life. And my girlfriend calls me up and she goes to me, what are you doing? I said, I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé. I was like, what's up? She goes, oh my God, you don't understand. She goes, I just came from the gym and I ran into these really two hot guys. She goes, and one of them came up to me and he was hitting on me and we exchanged numbers. I said, good for you. I was like, leave me alone. I want to finish my episode. She was like, no. She goes, he was with his brother. I said, so what? She goes, I showed him your picture and he approved of you. I said, he did what? I said, I don't want you to show my pictures. I don't give a shit. I don't care for this guy. I was like, I don't want his number. I said, get lost with this shit. I just got rid of the other man. I was loving my life inside my house. She was like, no, you don't understand. She goes, I told him we would go on a double date. She goes, this weekend. I said, I'm not calling this guy. I'm not texting him. I don't want his number. I said, get lost with him. She's like, okay, that's fine. She goes, but I'll just tell him that you'll be there on Saturday. She's like, please do this for me. She goes, I really like his brother. I was like, holy shit, you guys. So here, come Saturday and she comes to my house and we get dressed up and all that shit, and of course I want to look good for this, meeting that we were having. So we go to the restaurant, you girls, and everything seemed to be okay and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there and this guy keeps looking at me up and down. I said, you got a problem with something? He goes to me, you got some thick thighs. I said, your mother has thick thighs. I said, you're a loser. Oh my God, I couldn't believe this guy was talking to me like that. And my friend, she's staring at me like this, telling me like this. I said, so don't nod your head at me. I was like, I'm not letting this loser talk to me like that. Oh my God, the nerve of these boys, So I sat there angry and I told the guy, don't talk to me, So me and him didn't have a conversation the whole night. So my girlfriend, started dating that other guy. And me and that guy, he got lost because I wasn't going to talk to that one again. So they're dating and everything. And, she was telling me, I'm so in love with him. He's so wonderful. You don't understand. He's going to make me meet his parents and all this other shit. And I said to her, please do me a favor. I said, get lost with these men. I said, be careful because you know how they are. They're massive manipulators out there. And she's like, I'm so in love and all this other stuff. Anyway, the guy screws her over because 90% of them are absolute garbage, and she's all heartbroken and stuff. So I'm telling you girls, and I told her this, the next time you feel butterflies, I said, take a fucking antibiotic. I said, and kill that butterfly before it spreads into your brain and it causes trauma. I don't chase men. I chase degrees and I chase goals. And if I want a man, I can go out there and handpick him. So until next time, you girls listen to my stories, make sure that you go out there and you work for those degrees and forget these men because they're no good. Let's get it.